Speaking of law and order, Trump dropped a hammer today, 10 o'clock. If the corrupt politicians of Minnesota do not obey the law and stop the professional agitators and insurrectionists from attacking the patriots of ICE who are only trying to do their job, I will institute the Insurrection Act in all caps, which many presidents have done before me, quickly put an end to the travesty that is taking place in this once great state. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Now, this isn't the only time Trump's ever brought up the Insurrection Act. But as far as I can remember, it's the most he's ever threatened it in a statement like this, the strongest statement I've seen him use. Listen, these riots are starting to pick up, and they are not quite as bad as the George Floyd BLM riots, but they are getting there. One of the only reasons they're not as bad yet is because they haven't spread. But Minneapolis is going through it. Now, if Trump was the only one who said this, I'd be like, okay, well, let's see what happens. You know, I'm still not quite sure we're there yet, but it just kept continuing. So if you guys don't know what the Insurrection Act is, here's from Q Post in May of 2020. Insurrection Act of 1807, determination the various state and local authorities are not up to the task of responding to the growing unrest. Call the ball. Last time it was used was 1992 for the LA riots over Rodney King. And yeah, it's been 33 years. Think about that. That's wild. But long held up under court. The Supreme Court's held it. It's obviously in the wheelhouse. And once they cross that line, guys, the Supreme Court just last month told Trump with the National Guard that, listen, if you're using the National Guard for certain things, you just need to go ahead and invoke the Insurrection Act. That came out of Samuel Alito's mouth. So this has been building up. The case has been being built up. And now if these Minnesota rioters keep pushing it, I think we're going to see some sparks. Kristi Noem had something to say about this today. So listen to what Kristi saying, that, and you can tell it's not just Trump.
Do you have any plans to pull out of Minnesota?
No plans to pull out of Minnesota.
How would you describe what you were seeing on the ground there? Would you describe it as an insurrection? And do you believe the president should invoke the Insurrection Act?
I describe it as violent and a violation of the law in many places. I discussed with the president this morning several things that we are dealing with under the department and different operations. We did discuss the Insurrection Act. He certainly has the constitutional authority to utilize that. My hope is that this leadership team in Minnesota will start to work with us to get criminals off the street.
Do you have any plans to pull out?
There's Kristi talking about Insurrection Act. They've been going through it. And this is the most interesting one I heard yet. Here's Tom Homan.
Is it time for the Insurrection Act, or would that just add gasoline to the fire?
Well, I'm not going to get ahead of the president on that, but it's certainly an option, a viable option. So actually, I'll be meeting with the president tomorrow. So, you know, I think it's something that needs to be on the table, because this cannot continue. There is going to be more bloodshed. I'm telling you. I hope I'm wrong, but I haven't been yet. There's going to be more bloodshed if something hasn't done.
It's going to spread, and most Minnesotans, by the way, and I want to say this tonight because folks have reached out to me, support ICE. It's this radical group of anarchists, and when you see them close up, you really get a sense of who they are. It's this crowd, a lot of them paid, a lot of them working, double shifts of protest, against the rest of the state, which are reasonable, common sense, peaceful people of all backgrounds, including immigrant backgrounds. They don't like what's happened in the Twin Cities, and we're going to expose more about Jacob Fry in a moment. But, Tom, I think most people are good people. They just want...
Working double shifts as protests. We know that to be absolutely true. Well, all this Insurrection Act talk has got somebody spooked. Tim Walz came out today. Says, I'm making a direct appeal to the president. Let's turn the temperature down. Stop this campaign of retribution. Is not who we are. Appeal to Minnesotans. I know it's scary. We must, loudly, urgently, but peacefully. We cannot fan the flames of chaos. That's what he wants. This is Tim Walz telling his peeps, guys, if you don't stop it, he will invoke the Insurrection Act, and we're done, ski. See, Trump, the only reason he's held out this far is because he has to, everything he does is so extreme. He's pushing the boundaries so much. He's breaking norms and traditions so often that when he really goes for it, he has to know the people are on his side. He has to know the people support him, because if the people don't support him and his base pulls out and they don't understand, listen, for everybody that's like watching this show that is excited about the Insurrection Act and is like, please, let's do this. You guys have been awake for a while. Congratulations. It's a blessing and a curse to be awake. But for every one of you that is awake and understands what this means and understands how this could be the thing that finally really ramps up to destroy the deep state, destroy the left, the Democratic Party once and for all. For everybody who understands that, there are 50 other people in the country who don't. And we're just not there yet. And a lot of those people are Trump supporters. But they have a limit, a lot of those Trump supporters, because they're supporting him for policy. They're supporting him for just getting the country back. They don't want to see chaos. And if he plays it wrong, he could go from having 50-60% of the country supporting him to 20% of the country supporting him. And then the Republicans spring, the deep state Republicans along with the Democrats, and they make him a lame duck president. We cannot allow that to happen. And so Trump's smart about all this, and he's more patient than all of us are. And honestly, it keeps paying off. It means wait longer, but it does eventually pay off almost every time. And there's still more time to know for the times that haven't paid off yet. So I'm not worried about it. But I will tell you, this is getting close.